Alright, the Season 11 Split 2 is here and everyone is on the grind for their goal rank, be it Platinum, Diamond, Masters, or Predator. The Split is an insanely good opportunity to climb because all the players in your rank will be taking it seriously in order to get back to where they were. So hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-Second Gaming, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down some tips for Apex Ranked in order to dominate your rank split start. This is going to be covering a wide variety of topics to make sure you and your squad get the best start to the split that you possibly can. The split is the time that everyone is coming back to grind it out, and you'll want to take advantage of all these tips in order to climb easily. But before we hop into these tips, if you guys enjoy the video and find these tips useful, please do remember to drop a thumbs up, it really helps out the channel. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that sub button and ring the bell to be notified when we post a new video. And with that out of the way, let's hop into tip number 1, and that's going to be have a solid team comp. World's Edge has a lot of flexibility when it comes to what legends you can run. You'll want to pick legends that best fit your team's playstyle, so I'm going to outline 3 main ones. If you're looking to fight as many teams as you can, foregoing placement for more kills, you'll be playing a highly aggressive edge comp. The best legends for this is Valkyrie, so that you have the ability to extend fights and then just ult to ring, Gibby to quickly reset after those fights and prepare for any third parties, and he's also the best support legend in the game. And the last spot can be taken by Ashe, Wraith, or Octane, just a highly aggressive legend that can get in and out of fights quickly with another layer of team mobility on their kit. The next team comp is Full Blown Circle, where you're looking to figure out what ring pulls, get there as fast as possible, and your goal here is to rack up placement points while everyone else kills the lobby and you get KP late game with final circles. This team comp is going to be Caustic. He's the strongest defensive legend in the game, and his gas allows you to easily hold positions and play for endgame while deterring teams from pushing you, Gibby because like I said, he's just a really strong legend in the current meta, and Valkyrie, but this time Valk is there to get beacon for ring knowledge and then ult you and your team to endgame spots as fast as possible. And the last team is a hybrid of both those playstyles, where if you're far away from zone you fight and play edge, or if you're middle of the zone already you sit and play for endgame. This team is Wraith, a solid aggressive legend that has huge team mobility tools to get you and your squad from place to place safely. She is one of the strongest legends in the current meta and a huge asset to teams. And the second legend is going to be Bloodhound. The scans and fights and constant knowledge of where all the teams around you are playing is huge in fights and can easily win you games. And the last legend is going to be a choice for your squad. You can run Gibby, Caustic, or Valkyrie. Depending on your own squad's weaknesses and seeing what character works best with you, play around a little and see what you enjoy. If you're a solo or duo, don't worry because I've got you covered as well. Playing with randoms, you never know who they are going to pick and you can never really rely on them. They will pick who they are most comfortable with and force them into your team comp. So to counter that, you're going to want to play legends that fit into all playstyles and work well with lots of team comps. These legends include Wraith, Valkyrie, Gibby, Bloodhound, and Octane. This is a solid pool to pick a main from and will help you be more flexible when it comes to playing with randos. Next up is tip number 2, and that's look for a solid drop spot. In ranked Apex, one often overlooked mechanic of the game is rotation speed. Being able to beat everyone out of their drop spots and be the first team on the move is a huge step in climbing the ranked ladder. You need to drop there time after time in order to know exactly where all the loot is, the fastest way to get it, and even what the best way to fight there is. Some solid spots to look for on World's Edge are usually spots on the outside edges of the map. You'll want to look for draw spots that include beacon spawns so you're able to get more ring knowledge and plan out a solid rotation, a good amount of loot so that your team isn't forced to all land on the same building and only loot a handful of items. This is especially important in case you get landed on and contested. You need to make sure you have enough loot to fight with, so lots of buildings or loot spots is always a great option. And lastly, you want to have the ability to third party, so if you start rotating and have the chance to get easy KP, you can take that. KP is always nice, and the more early KP you get, the more you can relax and play for zone. There are a lot of good spots that fall into those parameters, but here are a couple of my favorite spots. These are Thermal Station, Overlook, Skyhook, and Lava City. Bonus points for Lava City landers if you can third party Big Mod and get the splatter rounds from it. Those are huge boosts in damage potential for your team. But now that you're on the ground and looting, next up is tip number 3, and that's to use a good gun combo. Now we are very much in a shotgun meta. We have been for multiple seasons, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So your close range weapon should be either a PK or a Mastiff. Right now they are pretty close in terms of what one you should be running, so I don't think that there's choose one that's better than the other currently. Just use whatever you are more comfortable with and feel that you will land more shots. Now your secondary is a lot more flexible. Unlike storm point, marksman rifles and snipers aren't king here, so there are a lot of solid options, but each role should have their own different choices. So if you're the entry fragger like Wraith, Octane, or Ash, you'll want to run an AR like the Flatline. It's an insanely overpowered gun and more people should be running it. It absolutely shreds people from most distances, and if you get up close and personal, it has great hip fire. Now the secondary fragger like Bloodhound, Pathfinder, or Valkyrie should be running a gun that has decent medium range options but can shred close range when needed. These types of guns are R301, Flatline, Volt, and Rampage. If you're really on the struggle bus, a Hemlock works also. And then if you're the support like Caustic, Gibby, Lifeline, you should be looking to run a poke weapon to level up evo shields for your team when you're holding down a spot. So sniper rifles and marksman rifles are the way to go. I personally like the charge rifle because it is the best sniper option in the game, but longbow is another solid option. But if you're more a marksman rifle type person, the 30-30 or triple take should be your pickups. The bow can hit hard, but arrows are harder to come by than energy or heavy. Plus late game, if you need to swap to a new gun, you have to spend more time in death boxes to drop everything and pick new things up, so I don't recommend the bow. And finally, tip number 4 is not to be discouraged by small RP gains. Now I get it, everyone wants to win every single game, that's most of the fun in battle royales, but that isn't going to happen, especially not in Apex. You are going to have good games and you're gonna have bad games, that's just how things go. But where I see people mess up all the time is they think that I have to get 200 RP every single game or my grind isn't working, and you have to get out of that mentality as soon as possible. Wins will come over time, so you need to stop focusing on getting max RP every game. Focus on just going positive in RP and you'll climb way more because you'll be getting small gains bit by bit until you hit another win and get that big boost again. This is a mindset I had to force myself to be in, but once I was able to get into that mindset, I was able to climb a lot easier, and I'm sure glad that I did it. But that's gonna be all for today's video though, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. The rank split is one of the best times in Apex because you have most players taking the ranked lobby series, and most of the time it will be a higher quality. Higher quality means better practice, and better practice means you become a better player. So make sure you are taking full advantage of this opportunity and not wasting any time to get some good practice in. This is probably some of the best practice most regular players will get, so yeah, don't miss out on it. Plus, who doesn't enjoy being back on the grind, especially on the best map Apex has for competitive? So go out there and absolutely crush it. But remember, if you found these tips useful, please do drop a thumbs up on the video. It really does help out the channel and make sure that I don't get fired. Also, if you've made it this far without subbing, now is your chance to go smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified when we post new videos. We do daily, highly educational Apex Legends content that you do not want to miss out on. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.